Go check out FIFACoinTrader.com for excellent deals in buying and selling coins on FIFA Ultimate Team. Hey guys, CodyBo3 here, and welcome to episode 5 of Shooting for Stars. Anyways, we crack on into our first game and we jump into online seasons. You'll see we're in Division 4. We're on 6 points after, I think it's 3 games, could possibly be 4. Anyways, the first guy we come up against has a pretty solid team, I would say. I know it's only got 79 chemistry, but he's got a lot of good players in there like Torres. He's got Hernandez. I'm not even going to say Chicarito or Chicharito or whatever, because in the comments every time I say that, people are like, oh dude, it's not a Chicarito, it's like a Chicharito, you know. And you know what, I don't really give a fuck, you know. It's a pronunciation of a name. If that's the one thing you pick out of a video, well, yeah, go get a life. Anyways, yeah, I do take the lead, but he pumps the ball straight back in, and he scores a very fortunate goal. Vorm probably should have done a lot better from that, and it just went from bad to worse for me. You'll see here, climbing up at the back post is Ambia, and yeah, this game was one of the most frustrating games I've played this year. I know I've got a lot of goalkeepers in my team, especially across the back line, so it was always going to be difficult coming up against Torres and co. But you see here, he just is absolutely dominating me. Hernandez again with another goal to make it 4-1. And at this point, I genuinely, it was one of the very first times that I've actually considered just quitting a game, just rage quitting and getting out of there, because this game was just absolutely horrible. There was a lot of goals in it, it must be said. Actually, there was a lot of goals throughout the 3 games. I think it was 29 in total throughout this episode, which is insane for 3 games. That's nearly 10 goals, averaging 10 goals per game, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, it was an eventful episode, and I actually only had time to really include the goals. If I was including like highlights and all that stuff, the problem with that would be that this episode would probably run on for about 25 minutes, so I could only include the goals. But yeah, when there's less goals, I'll obviously be including more highlights and all that stuff like that. Anyways, the game ended 7-2. There was actually no goals in the second half. All the action was in the first half, which was quite strange. 9 goals in the first half, none in the second half. I did have quite a few chances in the second half, but I didn't convert. You see there, I had quite a few shots. But anyways, into the second game, I come up against a guy with a full Brazil team. He's got Neymar. That's probably his standout player there. He's also got Wellington up front. He's got a couple of good centre backs there. I think that is Dede and Felipe Santana, I want to say, but I always get them Brazilian centre backs from the Bundesliga mixed up. Anyways, look at that for a strike by Carlos Eduardo to make it 1-0. And I thought, oh, here, I lose 7-2, and then 2 minutes into the next game, I'm losing, and I was nearly done with FIFA at this point. I was like, turn the Xbox off, end the episode, that is it, we are done. But I did end up getting an equaliser, quite fortunate, and I actually took the lead, surprisingly enough. You see there at Matry with a nice header to make it 2-1. And at this point, I was thinking, can I really beat this guy with Neymar in his team? He's got a sick Brazilian team. And yeah, it went from better to better. I don't know if that's a saying, but I'm going to use it anyways. And I went 3-1 into the lead. But look at this for a goal by Wellington. I brought the keeper out. I did that old move where you bring him out and hopefully he chips it, and then the keeper goes back and saves it. But it didn't work out because he finessed it right over my keeper's head, and that was 3-2. And you'll see here, I decided to get a bit sweaty. He dived in, which was a bad mistake, across the goal, and Matry there to complete what I think is his hat-trick, but he may have 4, I'm not too sure. Anyways, he gives me a dose of my own medicine with that sweaty goal by Wellington. So 2 sweaty goals, and you'll see here he gets the equaliser with that cross, and Felipe Santana with the header to make it 4-4. And at this point, I was so annoyed at myself that I've thrown this game away. Neymar scores to make it 5-4, and again he gets a corner. Who's there but Felipe Santana scores second header, and at this point I was just so done with FIFA, so done with it. But yeah, I ended up getting a consolation goal in the 90th minute by a Nacherino, but it wasn't good enough. That's how the game ended 6-5. Yeah, Matry did get the first 4 goals, and you'll see there the stats. Like, I couldn't buy it. I was going to say I couldn't buy a goal, but I got 5 goals in that game. I couldn't buy defending more. Like, anyways, in the third game, I was hoping for a win. We can't end this episode with 3 losses in a row. I come up against this guy. He's got a very, very average team at best, and I actually end up taking the lead here. You'll know that there was, how many? 7? Yeah. No, sorry, I'm just trying to calculate the goals. There's 20 goals so far from the first 2 games, so there's 9 goals in this episode, which is absolutely insane. And And you see there, I end up going 2-0 in the lead, and Nacherino with a, I would say, fortunate finish. But look at this. This is a nice, delicate little chip by Fairo into the back of the net, and that made it 3-0. And at this point, I thought the game was pretty much all over, and it actually was. You'll see here, Matry. I could have got sweaty on that goal, but too much sweat in one episode will annoy all them trolls. Anyways, you see here, Fairo with his left foot. He is an amazing striker. He's got them 4-star a week. And again, it was 5-0 here. Game effectively over. It was just about just picking up more goals and boosting up my morale and boosting up my confidence, because it took such a hit from them first 2 games that I just had to absolutely dominate someone. And yeah, that's exactly what I did. Look at these. There's a couple of strikes here coming up at the end of the game. That was one of the first ones by Fairo, who he just strikes it into the top right every single time, and it's just the same spot. And I was like, what's going on? Because it was literally like the same strike 3 goals in a row into the top right. It was just, it was weird. I don't know if anyone else thought that was weird, but yeah, there was no more time for no more goals, but that's how it ended, 9-0. So 29 goals in this episode. That is absolutely insane, but that means one thing and one thing only, and that means we can upgrade our team and get a new player. And that's what I done. I got in Abate, the right back from AC Milan. He is Italian. Picked him up for 5,900, I think that is. And yeah, we threw him into the team, and the team is shaping up nicely. We only need to get rid of a couple more goalkeepers outfield, and we've got a full team of outfield players. But you'll see the stats by Abate. He's got pace to burn. He does essentially have them 2-star skills, which is necessary for the rules in this tournament. And if you haven't checked out the rules, or you're new to the series, I should have probably said this at the start of the episode. The rules will be in the description below. But anyways, that is pretty much it for this episode, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. And if you haven't already, go subscribe, and I will see you next time.